second round. We are gonna update the names for you right away, but we are watching a match between Jan Brodzak, Michal Brodzak, I'm sorry, who plays blue-red Pyromancer deck
Treasure
and
Cruises?
with Treasure Cruises, and Tomáš Kuchta who plays the mud or stuck decks. It's up to you how you want to call it. It's basically mono artifact deck against the blue-red cruiser deck. So let's hope we will enjoy the match and let's jump right to it.
Yeah, I think the Blu-ray deck is the best deck in the vintage right
Yeah,
now.
I think so too. Yeah, because it like having 4 ancestral recalls in your deck is just so insane.
Yeah. That being said, Thomas is a pretty good player. He
Yep.
actually won a WCQ, so he's gonna represent Czech Republic in
Well,
a World Magica.
He had a strong season, overall. I think like
Yeah.
he had like a couple strong finishes in Grand Prix and
Yeah,
stuff like
he
that,
was
right?
playing for top 8 in like 2 GPs,
Yeah.
and he made day 2 at almost all of them.
Yeah.
So it should be a pretty good match. But also I saw him play the mud deck like various times, and he always had a pretty strong results with it.
Yeah.
So
He was
I'm curious how it's gonna play out.
he was also in the top 8 of the last vintage tournament we have on the last
Oh, really?
Prague Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think winning the die roll is like the most huge things for this deck.
Yeah.
Like just being able to play the Crucible or Chalice or like any of his hate cards before the opponent is able to play the Moxes is just so huge.
Yeah. Well, Crucible is not really a hate card, but like the
Not
biggest
Crucible,
the
yeah.
biggest advantage of being in on a play for the match, I think, like you can play your Moxes and then still play Chalice for 0, so deny
Yeah.
Michal, your opponent, the opportunity to play his Moxes.
I didn't mean Crucible, I meant the Trinisphere.
Oh, Trinisphere is insane, of course.
Yeah. Looks like Thomas is mulligan to 6, but his hand looks pretty good. He has a Soul Ring, Chalice,
Yeah.
and looks like a Mox. So presumably, is he on a play or not? Like if he's on a draw, his hand is pretty bad. On a play, it's pretty good.
I think Tomáš is on a draw and Michal is on a play. Yes.
Yeah. He's still gonna keep, obviously. It's better than going to 5 with his hand.
Exactly.
Definitely not what he was hoping for.
Yeah. Like the kind of like the.
What?
No, I was just saying the. I'm sorry, we are not having visual for some reason. I was saying, what is the ideal deck you're looking, the ideal hand you're looking for with Tomáš's deck, like.
Turn 1 Trinisphere,
Yeah.
probably of the Mishra's Workshop.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
so
the
too.
ideal start.
Well, the thing is, you can
For a
only
play.
play one Trinisphere, right? In vintage, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's restricted. Yeah,
I
the
didn't know
card
that.
is insane.
Yeah.
Like if you could play like 4 of the stack, that would be unbeatable.
It would be definitely beatable on the draw.
Yeah, but
like
the card is insane.
Turn 1 Trinisphere on a
Trust
play is
me.
usually the game, yeah.
Yeah. So it's restricted to 1. So it's not, you will not probably have draws like this most likely. But even turn 1 workshop into like
Lodestone Golem.
Lodestone Golem or Chalice of the Void and a Sphere of Resistance, for example, it's like the ideal start for the Tomáš's deck, right?
Yeah. All of those cards just seem so bad when you're on the draw.
Yeah.
Here comes the Chalice for the 1, which makes sense. Like playing it on 0 makes sense on the play because you can deny them for playing Moxes.
Yeah.
But he would have probably played the Moxes already, and this way he can stop cards like Brainstorm, Ancestral.
Yeah.
That's true. Lightning Bolt. Here comes Revoker. Can you name the Mox with Revoker? Probably. No?
Oh, you can Mox,
I think you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can name the Mox,
Alright.
yeah. And he names the Red Mox, so the Red Mox currently
So
does nothing.
Basically a single that also
Yeah.
makes it do 1, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he can even bolt it with the Chalice in a play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Revoker is is a staple in stack deck. They all play 4 of those, I think.
Yeah, the card seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Does this deck have any way to beat like a Kataki from the Hate Bears?
No, like the hate bear matchup is very, very bad for
Yeah,
Tomáš's deck.
I can
think.
imagine.
Yeah, because like you have all these things like Thalias as well. So if you're on a play
Yeah.
and you play like turn 2 Talia, turn 3
Turn 1
Kataki,
Catalia.
yeah, or turn 1 Talia, turn 2 Kataki, something like that, it's very
Yeah.
hard
Or
for the
even
stock to back to
even
come back.
something like Leonian Relic Warder or Quasile Brain
Yeah,
Mage, all are pretty good.
exactly. Well, the Quasai doesn't see that much play, but Relic Warden does, yeah, because basically the hate bears deck I'm on a white decks.
Yeah.
I actually did, test it with Stax decks for a while, with the Hate Bears deck for a while, and Stax was like the best matchup because,
Yeah, yeah.
like, basically your deck is full with
You basically just
answers to artifacts.
board it in the first
Yeah,
game.
exactly. You play like boarded deck in the first game. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I think Galactic got much better now that people start to play Treasure Cruise than
Yeah.
it was before. Before it stopped only Jace and Forcible,
Mhm.
but now that they also have the Treasure Cruise, the Galactic actually has a lot more value.
Yeah. So Tomasz is slowly getting in with his Phyrexian Revoker, and we see that the challenge for one is, well, Michal's draw is really land heavy. He has Spell Pierce and 2 cards in hand. Wait a second, we're not sure if you're getting visual because
Lunchtime
we
Jimmy's
are.
to shoot now.
Yeah, but for some reason we're not online.
Vertík už to jde. Už to jede, vole.
Jo, dobrý, už to jde, v pohodě. Tady jsme měli offline, v pohodě. Okay, we're sorry for the technical issues. We are back. The game didn't really change much. Tomáš still has his Chalice of the Void, plus he added one more resistance sphere on the table, and he lost his reworker to what?
Well, it was offline, so I didn't really pay attention.
Okay, but I
I
imagine.
think he died to Snapcaster that did trade in the combat.
Oh yeah.
It's like the only way I can imagine, because he wouldn't attack into creature
Oh,
that he knew
Toxic
about.
Deluge maybe? Oh, he doesn't have a black source, right?
It was almost certainly Snapcaster, because Chalice is on 1,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't attack into creature that he knew about, so it was probably a surprise Snapcaster in
Yeah,
combat.
yeah, I think so too. Without any value, right?
Yeah. It looks like Mikhail has only 2 spell pierces and land.
Yeah.
None of those cards does really too much, so
Well, Tomáš does have a mana crit in play though, so there is an option he's gonna get killed by his own mana crit, but not really sure.
yeah. I have definitely saw that before.
Yeah, me too, yeah. Especially in the stacks decks, because like Tomáš now has to pay 3 for every spell he plays, with non-creature spell he plays, but he seems to getting pretty lucky with the mana crypt. Like this is just the second he didn't get punished for having it. I think yeah, that was the second dial roll,
Yeah.
which he won. So let's see how will he do in the next round.
And
So
he
the
has
mana
the
crypt,
cool Forge Master,
yeah,
which
that's
is
a
huge.
huge one. Yeah, cool that Force Master here, and now he's gonna just go
Let's
off.
take a look what he can find.
Well, he's gonna find the Colossus next to him, that's for sure. Oh, he can find the boots, the lightning greaves. Does he play lightning greaves?
Lightning Greaves.
Yeah, lightning greaves.
No.
No.
He has duplicant if he needs an answer. Doesn't look like he needs answer now. He has
Yeah.
Steel Hellkite.
And
He might not even play the Colossus.
He doesn't play the Colossus.
I mean, probably just don't want to draw it, and he figures that if his Forge Master is gonna go off, he's probably gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
So you
really
don't
need
need the
the Colossus.
Colossus. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Another chalice here now, for 0, I guess, because he has to pay. Yeah. For 0 now he's gonna sacrifice the artifact he doesn't need, which I imagine will be the chalice he just played, one of the spheres.
And maybe the Turn of Amethyst. It doesn't really seem to do
Yeah,
much now.
maybe the Terra Amethyst too, because the thing is, Michal is on so much mana now that he doesn't really care about those spheres that much, because most of these spells in his decks cost like 1 or 2 mana, so he's able to cast them anyway now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I imagine that the Darnasana is one of the spheres, and the chalice Tomas just played is gonna get sacrificed.
Thomas is just trying to figure out
Yeah. And here we go, at
how
the
to
end of
play
the turn.
how to play this the best way he can.
Okay,
He's
mana
sacrificing
crypt.
a mana crypt. That makes sense. Like if he finds an answer for the card that he's gonna search for, he doesn't want to die to mana crypt.
Yeah, that's true.
He don't really need the mana anymore.
Yeah. So maybe he's gonna keep all of his fears.
I think he's gonna sacrifice the Turn of Amethyst.
Yep.
You definitely don't want to sacrifice the Forge Master because he has 3 more
Oh yeah,
artifacts.
sure. So you
So
can
even
search
if
once more. Yeah.
even if he finds an answer for like a Hellkite, he can still search for something else.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't sacrifice the master too. Like it's just too much of a powerful card.
Looks like he sacrificed the Soul Ring.
Yep.
Why is Soul Ring worse than the...
Then Thorn.
What is it?
Shield of Resistance.
Okay.
It says every spell is
Basically
one.
Turn of Amethyst?
Yeah, but it works with every spell, not just on creature spells.
Okay. And here comes the Thundering Titan.
And Thunder Titan is gonna do. Oh, that's the reason, because if you keep all your
I get it.
amethyst and then you like wasteland 3 of your opponent's lands, you're probably not gonna lose.
Yeah.
Well, so this was game 1. Tomasz is in lead, and players are gonna side in, and we're gonna jump right into game 2. So, what do you think is Michal's strategy for sideboard in this particular matchup?
Well, he just wants to bring in all of the artifact hate he has access to. It looks like he has 2 Steel Sabotages, 4 Ingot Chewer,
Yeah.
and a Mountain,
Mhm.
which he probably wants to bring in since he's bringing in the 4 Ingot Chewers.
Yeah.
I can imagine. He has a lot of bad cards like Spell Pierce. Mental Misstep doesn't seem great either.
Spell piece on a blade might not be that
That's
bad
true,
though.
that's true.
Like, spell piercing your opponent's training
Yeah.
sphere is something you wanna do. Especially when Tomasz doesn't have counter magic on his own, so he can really,
Do you
protect
think
the spells he plays.
he wants to keep in Lightning Bolt because it's an answer to Lodestone Golem? But like, if your opponent doesn't have a Golem or they resolve Chalice on one, then it doesn't do anything. What do you think?
It depends what do you want to bring in.
He has 6 cards to bring in. Potentially 7 if he wants the Mountain.
I mean, I feel like to play around chalice is not an argument, because you're bringing in like 1-drop cards anyway, and your deck is full of 1-drop cards.
Also, you have the 4 Ingot Chewers to kill it.
Yeah, so I think I would keep in the spell pierce, because spell piercing stuff like Training Sphere on turn 1, or something like even the Sphere of Resistance, something like that is huge. Or just maybe going after Tomasz's mana, because Tomasz doesn't play a lot of lands. He plays like 4 workshops, 4 tombs, right? Maybe 12 lands. And then he's relying on artifact sources of mana, and those can be spell pierce as well. So
Michal doesn't play any Wastelands, so...
Oh, he does not. Okay.
He has only 1 Strip Mine.
That's fair.
I think he wants to take out Pyroblast, Fire and Ice. Maybe Gitaxian Pro because the peak to the hand doesn't really do much, but
Mm.
just cycling through your deck might be good enough with Treasure Cruisers.
Yeah.
Uh,
You need to
not,
fill those somehow, but
not sure. Yeah, Mental Misstep is pretty bad also, so he probably wants to take out Fire and Ice, Pyroblast, and 4 Mental Missteps
yeah.
for 2 Sabotages and 4 Ingot Chewers.
Yeah, mental misstep literally does nothing
It
against
counters
Tamash's deck.
the Soul Ring, but that's like a one-off.
Yeah, that's like not the value you wanna have out of your mental missteps. So those are definitely coming out. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So spell piece to be definitely. So he's gonna side out. Misha is gonna side out 40 mental missteps
And I think Fire and Ice, and what was the 6
uh,
card? And a Pyroblast.
and he's gonna side in 4 ingatures and
2
2 steel
Sabotages.
sabotages. Yeah, that makes sense. So how about Tamash?
I don't think he really changes his deck much.
Yeah.
I think he might bring in like one card that he want to tutor up with Golda Forge Master to
Yeah.
change it up a little bit for depending on the matchup. But like overall, he's probably not gonna sideboard very
Yeah.
much.
Well, I feel like Tamash's deck is uh, like weak to in the creature matchups where your opponent plays a lot of creatures and is able to hit table with like 1 or 2 drops,
Yeah,
where your board is not developed so much that you can stop him from playing these creatures. So Tamash's sideboard will contain a lot of cards
he doesn't have anything.
in order to deal with these creatures matchups like vertical engines, right?
That's what I would assume, but he doesn't really have anything like that.
His
He do-
dismember, vertical engines,
yeah,
and
those
the
cards aren't
flicker.
particularly great against like a
Yeah,
German Delver.
yeah, that's true.
I would expect him to have like a Ratchet Bomb or something,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have anything like that.
Come on, Ratchet Bomb. Let's go with the old school power cake.
Yeah.
I like power cake more.
But like Thomas is very experienced with his deck,
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's
I
true.
think we should just trust him.
Yeah, that's true. Like he's been playing it for ages, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we will see.
Like even like turn one Delver can be raised very easily with Kulota Forge Master
Oh
because he
yeah.
can just find the Steel Hellkite and kill all the Delvers.
And don't forget the Delver, you don't have to pay any mana to kill the Delver, so you just
Yeah.
basically pay 0, you kill all the Delvers and all the Moxies your opponent has. That's like very strong line of play. Steel Hike is Steel Hellkite is very decent and surprisingly, like given
Yeah.
like it did not see any play in standard, it did not see
Yeah,
any play in
it was
modern,
terrible.
yeah, and Legacy too, right? So but in Vintage is kind of okay.
I mean, it makes sense with all those Moxes around.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, there are not that many 6 mana artifact creatures that you can play,
Yeah,
so
you can at least playable. So player just making sure no sleeve was done any harm, and now they're proceeding to shuffle an opponent's deck, and will hopefully r- jump right into the game.
do you think he brought in the Witchbane Orb in fear of the Horcrux recall?
I think he did because I think he brings those in against any blue deck he sees. Yeah.
Yeah, especially against blue red. Like he plays only 2 colors, so it's not like he has tons of option in his sideboard.
Yeah.
So he's probably assuming that he has some numbers of recalls, even though he actually doesn't. But he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But they are both from Burner, right? So he might know that because
Yeah.
of that.
Maybe they are friends definitely. Like
So
maybe he knows.
yeah,
But generally, if you play against an opponent you don't know, I think you bring in the Witchbane or like
I mean he
just
has only
because
one,
like
so
because well you can still like chalice for 2 in order to get around Harkis Recall, but Harkis
yeah.
Recall is such a big blowout for you. So
But like if you're able to play Witchbane Orb, it probably means that you have access to 4 mana.
yeah,
So you can just chalice on 2 if you have it.
that's true.
But it might be like a 5th chalice or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, something like that.
Here comes on the turn 1 Pyromancer on the play, which is exactly the reason why I think the workshop rate isn't very good. Like if your opponent plays a creature on turn 1 before you can do anything, like what are you gonna do?
And especially a creature like Dark Confidant or Young Pyromancer, right?
You basically have to survive until you go off, which is presumably like turn 4.
Yeah.
And if your opponent has like a Force Level, you just
But Tomasz does have a Lotus though.
yeah, well, it's probably pretty good in this deck. Okay, can we see a
Because
turn 1 Hellkite?
No, I think Tamash is just gonna overflow the board with like sphere effect cards in order to try deny Michael casting anything.
Yeah, and then try to
So
go off in a later game.
yeah, so the Pyromancer will not be very good. But if that Pyromancer was a Dark Confidant, Tamash would be in a huge trouble right now, I think.
Yeah. Also, if Mikhail has one of those 4 ingot chewers,
Because yeah, Thomas will cast Tanglewire, the Sphere, and he also has a mana crypt he doesn't have to cast, and I think he will not. Let's see what he decides to do. Because he has the option of casting the... Yeah, he has the option of casting the mana crypt, then tapping Workshop for Tanglewire, and then mana crypt for the Sphere of Resistance, and still keep up his Lotus.
yeah.
But he's going a different direction.
Yeah, Tanglewire is actually kind of sweet in this deck.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
all those Thorn Amethyst and stuff that doesn't really care about being tapped.
Yeah. He still have 1 mana. Okay. He decided
So
not
he
to
basically,
play the mana crypt.
I mean, why would you play it?
Why wouldn't you play it?
Why would you?
Well, because I would like to keep my Black Lotus.
Okay, yeah. But the thing is, he wanted to resolve the, I don't know what the name of it. The
Tanglewire or Sphere of
no,
Resistance?
the sphere of resistance first, so that he can force the Tanglewire, that means that he will have to pay 4 for Tanglewire.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's why he needed the Lotus.
no, but he was still up 1 mana, right? He's
No, he needed 6 in a total. That's 2 and 4. And if he played the card instead of the
yeah.
Lotus, he would have
Yeah.
only 5. 2 plus 4 is 6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did your mama tell you that? That 2 plus 4 is
I
6?
mean,
She did a good job.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Did your mom told you that?
You know
Doesn't
you
seem
were
like it. And here comes Thundering Titan.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this game is gonna be over very
Yeah.
soon, I think. Unless like Michael has a very good sequence of plays, because this Tanglewire is crushing him so hard.
Yeah.
Like he played the turn 1 Pyromancer, so basically the...
He still has like 3 turns before he dies.
Yeah, but those turns are not gonna be very productive, because like if Tomasz has like another Tanglewire or something like that, you know, this game is basically over.
Yeah. But he still might have shows. But missing land drop is huge.
Yeah.
Like if he played a land, the next turn he can like start destroying the artifacts or whatever. But now.
But here we see the real power of the full or mono artifact deck. Like
Yeah.
Michael had basically an ideal start, turn 1 young Paramancer, and he still like didn't cast anything else. And now another Thunder Titan is coming up in form of Phyrexian
I mean, if the
Metamorph.
artifact deck draws his workshop and the Black Lotus,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty hard to beat that.
Yeah.
So
Now Phyrexian Revoker is gonna take down the red marks, and
he has a Metamorph also to
yeah,
potentially copy the Thundering Titan if he
yeah,
plays a land
exactly.
or fetches.
But he's saving it up. Tomasz saving it up
Yeah,
for which I think is reasonable.
yeah.
Because even with a second Titan in play, it's still two
Yeah,
turns lost.
but the thing is that the Tanglewire has only one counter, and he can tap the Pyromancer or whatever, and then Ingot Chewer something, and chum the Titan with the token.
Yep.
So it's probably better to play the Metamorph, copy either Titan or the Tanglewire. Yeah,
Yeah, I will copy the Tanglewire too, yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's the
it,
game.
that's the game. Tanglewire, the power of Tanglewire cannot be matched. Like, this
Yeah.
card has been powerful in every format that has seen play, except in Legacy, because like the
Well, it's not very
environment...
good in Cube, but it's still
Okay.
fine there. But
But it was like insane in the
yeah,
modern. It was not in the extended format,
yeah.
and it's insane in
Yeah,
Vintage
if you have
too.
like random permanents that you don't really care about tapping, then the card is just insane.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's gonna be the match. Pretty quick one.
Yep.
Alright, congratulations to
The match.
to advancing to choose 2 and 0.
Yep. And we will be back with round 3 in like 20 minutes. So Make sure you tune us in, and we will try to make it as much enjoyable as we could. And see you in round 3.